welcome to Strongest Style, a pro wrestling podcast. I am your host, Logan Hurston, and I'm of course joined by my co-host, the gimmick killer, Cooper Prater.
And I'm glad to be here because I had a rough night. I woke up in the middle of an alley and a man in a mask grabbed me by the arm and he said, "Levantante estás en la familia Don Callis."
And my other great co-host, he is a giant, Jack Dudley.
Let's get high.
If you don't know, Strongest Style is a professional wrestling podcast where we talk anything and everything in the pro wrestling world except for WWE. So if you're like a baby fan, you know, either learn something or get out.
That's
if you're a little child.
If you're a child.
His brain is underdeveloped.
Expanded your horizon.
It's the weakest style.
Did you guys, are you excited for NXT Showdown? Come on, guys. Come on.
Oh, dear Lord.
It is funny. Go ahead.
NXT versus the lower mid card of
I'm
5
sorry.
years ago.
I cannot hear Jack now.
No.
No.
Oh, good Lord. Okay.
No. Can you still hear me, though?
Yeah, I can hear Logan
That's
just
so
fine.
weird. Okay, well, 1 second. I'll go out and again.
Plenty of time. It's going to come after me next.
Yeah, right.
Are we okay now?
I can hear you.
Okay.
This is whack.
Yep.
I hope this doesn't happen again.
Yeah, hopefully not.
Okay.
If you don't know, when we record this podcast, we're doing it virtually, which for the first 100 episodes of our other podcast, we did in person. So there's been a little bit of technical difficulty. The first episode actually went by pretty smoothly, other than...
Yeah, strangely enough.
Yeah.
Hopefully it did.
But the thing is, Cooper and Jack cannot see me. They can both see each other, but my webcam, for some reason, decides it just doesn't want to work. So they only see a little green light and Abdullah the Butcher smoking a cigar right now whenever I talk. So if you ever hear us interrupting each other, or specifically me interrupting everybody else, that is why, or them, you know, vice versa. But yeah, and
I could look at Abdullah the Butcher all day.
that is true. That's gonna be my icon. I'm just gonna get a drawing of that, and that's gonna represent me.
All right.
But yeah, no, the men's match for like the NXT thing is fine, but the women's match is legit like NXT, current day NXT versus people who have been in NXT. I think it's like two of them. One of them is an NXT Stars Knockouts champion. Masha was for sure gonna be in that match before all this happened, don't you think? Like, there's no way she wouldn't have.
Certainly.
She
was in the crowd at one of those shows, wasn't she?
Yeah, and she lost the Knockouts championship to I think JC Jane, whoever was they had a match where it was NXT versus Knockouts championship, and then she lost it, and then somebody else won it, and then they got whatever.
It was the same show that Trick won the TNA title at the men's title.
Yep. But yeah, team like, which is. They have an NXT current star as Knockouts champion. They have a girl who's literally released by NXT this year on a TNA team, and then they have the Iconics as their other, like it's like a four. Yeah, it's literally all NXT, all former.
It was the girl that was released.
It's Maria. It's Mara Sade is her name in TNA, but it's she was in the Metaphor.
Jakara Jackson.
Yeah, Jakara Jackson. That's what it was.
Yes. Okay. Gotcha. I didn't know that she had gone to TNA now.
Me neither, until they called her up and been like, "We're picking her," and I was like, "Wait,
is it Indy Hartwell in TNA?"
Yes, Indy Hartwell is in TNA, and Indy Hartwell is challenging for the Knockouts Championship at their next pay-per-view. So,
oh my god,
you didn't get paid for this?
No,
that's so weird. Okay.
That's just how much TNA's like division is in. I mean, they couldn't pick Danny Luna. They didn't want.
Did you
Danny
say
Luna.
division?
Not the No.
Everywhere,
okay.
Logan.
Well,
Can't
yeah.
escape.
Paul Triple H Levesque. But yeah, weird week of wrestling. Really, it's the first 2 weeks we had a lot. Like we had multiple pay-per-views, and this is the first time we've had like, I guess I would say, not a down week, but there's not as much in the realm of like, other than a couple news things. Like, I mean, the big news for me coming out of the week is Wrestle Kingdom already selling over 20,000 tickets.
Oh, yeah. Everyone knew that the Tanahashi and Aaron Wolf like retirement / debut build up would be big, but I don't think anyone expected it to be that big. They already are basically topping the attendance from the last 3 years before, or the last, I guess, more than that because of how low the pandemic was. I'm just talking about after restrictions had lifted. So it's going to be the largest by far in a really long time. Maybe a sellout, who knows? I mean, a sellout in like what their normal setup is. I doubt they're going to get like 50 to 60,000, but I mean like above 40. That's not outside the realm of possibility at all.
That's awesome, man. Yeah,
they could absolutely, I think, pack in the lower section of the dome for sure, and probably a good portion of the upper as well. Although I don't know that you could get a full sellout. Although who knows? I mean, maybe they'll ride that momentum
for sure.
Yeah, it'd be crazy.
Yeah, I think also something that's a factor for this one is not just Tana and Aaron Wolf's debut, but it's also, again, Wrestle Kingdom 20. Like those big round numbers.
A good round number.
Yeah, will oftentimes
true
hit people because it's a huge anniversary show. I mean, it's always a big deal, but like on top of that, I do love the poster they came out with, like Tana's whole career in all the different things. I was like, that's so clean. But yeah, it'll be interesting, and the main event's probably going to be like a double champ dash, So
it is. Yeah, we could talk about that too, real quick. It's in a surprising fashion. I mean, I'm wary to talk about this before anything official is announced, but they are really running with the idea that the global champion wants the world championship after King of Pro Wrestling. Both Suji and Kid have talked about it being their ticket to challenge, and even before that, Finley was talking about like he wanted to get Finley, who's not involved in it at all, was talking about how he wanted to win the global championship to get to the world championship, which is so strange. Suji is the king of just saying stuff in New Japan right now, and Kid is off doing his own thing. But the fact that Finley brought it up too, and the commentators are putting it over, and that it's on like the website previews is, sometimes when there's smoke, there is fire. It's very interesting.
The darkest timeline could be Gabe retaining and Zach retaining, and you have two British lads in the main event of Wrestle Kingdom 20.
That's bad. Yeah, bad to think about.
That's not really going to happen. That's not going to happen by any means, but it would be funny.
It could be a clever. I mean, if it's true, it's most likely a clever way to get to Suji versus Takeshita without trying to arbitrarily get Suji to pin him, since he didn't do that in the G1 this year, which would be, probably the best main event for the show. But it's just surprising. I didn't see it. I did not foresee this at all.
Which is funny because we were foreseeing a double champ situation, but it was going to be Okada and Takeshita originally.
Takeshita, yeah.
With the unified, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Which I think they still could do if Takeshita for some reason wins the belt and retains. If they do, I've already forgotten what that show is called. The show we did last year, right after Wrestle Kingdom.
Wrestle Dynasty.
Wrestle Dynasty. If they do that there again, I mean, it would definitely boost the sales of Dynasty. I think Okada's still a draw, so especially now that he's left.
Yeah, you'd think that would be announced already if they were going to try and do that again, but who knows?
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll have to wait and see.
But
more importantly, we're getting a Sonata versus Drilla singles match on this show.
Did you see the R.I.P. Seiya Sonata shirt that Drilla came out to in the tag?
Yeah, I did.
I did. Sonata just looked disappointed. It was very funny. He
never reacts to anything.
He does not care.
Oh. I want that new Sonata House of Torture shirt. Did y'all see that? With the him is like a House of Torture skeleton hitting the guitar one, and it says the "See you next fucking time" on it.
What?
Oh no!
Wait,
See that at all?
Send a link to this shirt. Yeah.
It's a cool shirt.
We're all gonna be repping that next podcast.
Very cool.
Yeah, House's merch game is untouchable at the minute.
See you next effing time.
Let me see if I can find this.
Yeah, Sonata has some fire shirts, no lie.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he had one...
Oh,
let
man.
me see if I can check this on my phone, because it's not letting me on my laptop. But he had that one shirt when he joined, when he was in Bullet Club, the orange one, and I really liked
the
that.
big wolf on it.
Yeah, it was awesome.
That's cool. Yeah.
Oh, he does
that
say
looks like a classic the tattoo parlor kind of.
It does.
I know it's yeah.
I'm gonna get that tattooed onto me.
Yeah, something like a sailor would get or something.
Yeah, my calf's gonna say "see you." I'm gonna get. It's gonna be a giant back tattoo of that, onto me.
What if I got like a sleeve of every HOT design?
That would honestly be awesome.
Yeah.
The one with the scapegoat.
Mm-hmm.
Then what you need to do is you need to go to one of these Japan shows, and you need to get them all to sign like your arm and stuff, like where their design is.
Did you speaking of the scapegoat? You guys see any of the things from the interview this week with him?
Him talking about becoming a Tumblr fan over the course of his life?
He says he wrestles for the Tumblr fans. He said where the scapegoat comes from, and he called Jericho after the Punk stuff and it was going down. He's like, yeah, you're being made like the scapegoat of everything. And he went, I like that. I'm going to use that. He literally did it's fantastic. Say that again.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
And then the scapegoat bus originally was supposed to be the scapegoat Lamborghini.
I did see that too, yeah.
Yeah, the Bucks were like, you want to get a Lamborghini? He's like, I don't know. And then he's like, well, I'll get a bus, and I'll put a little blood mark over it because Darby got hit by a bus. And they were like, we can't get you a bus, but you could get me a Lamborghini? That doesn't make sense.
How did he get the bus? Did he just
he Facebook
himself?
Anna J and I think his sister Facebook Marketplaced it, and then just had it like by the end of the day, and he just painted a scapegoat and smeared the little blood thing on it. I do like that he's still coming out with his gigantic knives that he's created in his entrance gear.
Yeah. I really like Perry. I wish I didn't, but I really like Perry still.
I still like Perry, man. He did nothing wrong. He's not the best heel, but a good thing he's going back to being a face now. And even when he was a heel, he just, I don't know, he's such a good lad that I had a little smile whenever he had his smirk on his face. Okay. Go ahead.
He does seem like a very fine young man.
Sure.
I will say that I will not forgive him for that Wrestle Dynasty match.
Oh Lord. Yeah, it was bad. You were there. You were there to see.
I know it was the most crushing low that I've ever been in, and then I was brought to the most euphoric high immediately afterwards. So
the best match on that show,
Omega.
The best match on that show besides the Kid Omega match was that Finley King match. That was awesome. They should run that back.
Oh my god.
Or
yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
Personally, for the vibes, a 5-minute exhibition between Shibata and Tana had me going crazy.
That was cool.
That Finley Brody match was awesome. But I don't know. That match was so bad that I didn't even remember it happening until you keep reminding me of it, Cooper.
That was his first defense.
That's so out of my mind.
I can't ever forget it. I keep replaying it in my head when I think about bad matches.
But now he's Tarzan boy.
But he's not really.
But he kind of is.
He just comes out to the song.
Yeah, and he does a little arm motion.
Yeah, but everything else about him still is scapegoat. which is fine by me. I like that. I'm totally fine with him, keeping his little what about scapegoat kind of thing going on.
I mean,
but just also he's a good guy.
He doesn't have the scapegoat armband anymore, does he?
No, I don't think so. But he comes out in the leather jacket.
The leather jacket,
and,
yeah.
He's got his big beard, yeah.
And he has his giant knife that he's smelted.
His big knives.
His big knives. You get a knife from me.
I know. He's building up. He's just laying the seeds for when he can finally stab somebody and get a pop for it.
Yeah. I love to see
I don't think with his knives, if he does stab anybody, that will cause some damage. Darby would take it.
Yeah, man. He saw Kyle Fletcher stab Dustin Rhodes in the knee, and like a light bulb went off on top of it.
But it's like, come on, bro, it's perfectly spaced. So let me stab you. But yeah, any other wrestling news that either of you want to spout off on that I've missed?
Kevin Kelly got punked.
That is true. I like how you leaned very close to your laptop to say that.
I was making sure y'all heard me.
Yeah, Kevin Kelly and the Tate twins, who are formerly the Boys, have been in a joint lawsuit with AEW, I think over just wrongful firing, and I guess discrimination, and that got dismissed immediately. So it's pretty funny.
I think Kevin Kelly's too might have included defamation and slander or something
for sure.
Cavani.
Or what they said about him, yeah.
Yeah, telling people that he was a conspiracy freak or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, and of course, being the smart guy that he is, he immediately reached out to the most reliable lawyer in the entirety of the professional wrestling industry, Jim Cornette's good buddy Stephen P. New, has a great track record, it turns out. So.
Yeah, let me tell you something. As someone who did a whole class of mass media law and communications, it is very hard to win a defamation or slander case when you are a celebrity. It's almost impossible. If you're a normal person, if I slandered you or I slandered Cooper, you could probably, you could show proof and stuff like that. But again, Kevin Kelly just
making a little note of that.
Tweets too much to and is known too much to have to win any of those cases. It's nearly impossible.
Right. That makes sense.
But yeah, I think that's it for a little wrestling roundup news. Cooper, I know you watched a certain documentary this week for the first time, which I think I might watch because I'm trying to do not 31 Days of Halloween, just watch as much horror related movies, and Gaea Girls might be described by some as a horror film, so
I would certainly say so.
I'm counting that.
It was definitely the most harrowing film watching experience I've had in a very long time. Not since Oppenheimer have I been filled with such dread.
Yeah.
Yeah. For those who are unfamiliar, which I imagine is a lot of people, there was a documentary put out, I think, in part by the BBC and in part by another independent film production company called Gaea Girls or Gaea Girls, and so this was in the year 2000, where the joshi wrestling scene in Japan had kind of been fractured after, I think, the dissolution of All Japan Women's. Or if All Japan Women's was not fully disillusioned at this point, it was certainly on its dying days. And you had this new crop of joshi promotions coming up, Gaea being one of them, led by Chigusa Nagayo, formerly of the Crush Gals, and who is an incredibly popular mainstream just celebrity in Japan, not just wrestling star. but somebody who was like a face of Japanese culture for a very long time. And so she forms this company, and it quickly kind of becomes seen as sort of the true successor to the AJW lineage. A lot of early Gaea stuff is incredibly well done and still holds up today. That's where Meiko Satomura really, first came into her own and became established as a big deal in the world of joshi. And you had a bunch of other great older wrestlers coming back to Gaea specifically, because All Japan Women's, of course, had a age limit for a very long time that forced a lot of talent into retirement, who would then come out of retirement and then wrestle again. So all that is context for this movie, which largely takes place in the Gaea training camp out in the sticks, pretty much in rural Japan. It's like literally right next to a farm. And so the main lead that you follow is actually not Chigusa Nagayo. It's not Meiko Satomura. It is this young, like, I don't know, maybe 20-something-year-old trainee called, I believe her name is Saika Takauchi. And she is, a very kind of like mousy, shy girl who decides to get into this camp and to train to be a wrestler, in her own words, to try to be somebody, and to kind of let out these feelings of anger and frustration, and to try to express herself. And it's a really like great, noble sort of motivation for getting into the wrestling business. And unfortunately for her, the culture, certainly at the time, in the 2000s, and debatably, that which is still carried over today in some aspects in Japanese wrestling training, is one that seeks to beat any kind of optimism out of you, quite literally in a lot of cases. And Saika sees this firsthand. There are a number of moments and scenes during training in which she will be in a sparring match that seems to be going fairly routine, and one of her trainers, whether that's Meiko Satomura, who granted is also quite young at this time, and is also technically she has graduated the system, but she is still in this training camp and is still seen as a rookie in comparison, certainly, to the other wrestlers on the roster. And so Meiko Satomura or Chigusa Nagayo herself will at a certain point in these sparring sessions really let out just a horrifically stiff shot to Saika. In one case, she takes a drop kick directly on her face, busts her chin open. She just absolutely crying, bleeding out, and still getting berated for not trying hard enough or something like that. And it was just an absolute horror show to witness this poor girl just want to achieve this dream of hers, and seeing these people kind of take advantage of it. But it's interesting too. The movie doesn't fully. I mean, clearly, Chigusa is presented as kind of the antagonist to Saika's protagonist, by way of her being the highest ranked, the founder of the company. She has all the power in this dynamic, and is taking advantage of it clearly. But then there's an interesting scene towards the end where they sit down one-on-one with Chigusa herself and seemingly ask her about her training methods and why she did the things that she did, and her explanation for it reveals, I think, a really it's a deeply personal motivation for it. She refers to her father and the way that her father treated her, and instilling kind of a sense of vengeance in her that she wanted to pass down to these girls in order to make them better, and to instill a kind of fire in them to take back sort of vengeance for this training. And just hearing her try to rationalize that in real time was very fascinating, I thought. And an example, and to my eyes, as somebody outside of Japan and outside of that system, it reads partially too as okay, sure, but it sounds like you might just be trying to justify why you wanted to hit a trainee for real.
Yeah.
But like, I think like, just culturally, that is kind of the expectation, is that your superiors can do these things to you. You cannot do these things back to them until you reach a certain level yourself. It was absolutely engrossing. And for anybody who I think wants to get a better grasp of not only just the Japanese joshi scene in the 2000s and kind of Japanese wrestling in the 2000s, and get an idea of what that was like, but for I think for anybody who wants to understand the culture of professional wrestling, and the ways in which that manifests in some in both these really great moments and these really terrible moments, then I would highly recommend it. I loved it, and would absolutely give it another watch.
I plan on watching it, and I'll definitely relay my thoughts at least to Cooper, if not a little bit on this podcast.
No, I think I'm going to also, yeah.
So I watched it. I watched it on. It's on the streaming service Canopy, which is completely free as long as you have a library card.
Yes.
I don't think it's currently on any other streaming services. Although I'm sure people will find ways to watch it. But that's how I watched it.
You can find ways. I got a question for you. Jack's a big horror movie fan. Do you have anything wrestling related in your 15 list of horror movies you're going to watch this month?
You're asking me if I've got any wrestling horror movies.
Yeah, you got Wrestlers vs. Zombies in your list? That's a real movie. But Kurt Angle's in that. You got See No Evil?
Anything like that this year. I could have found the time to do a list. I'm going on vibes this year, but I'm going to watch a lot. So far, I've watched the first Phantasm. I love Phantasm. And then I watched Halloween 2, which is fine. And I'm watching Rocky Horror with my lovely fiance tonight, which will be great. Nice. Yeah. Have y'all seen Rocky Horror? No, we're not going out for it. We're just watching it at home. Okay. I wish I could, but not right now.
Man, missing out on an opportunity to see Jack in full Rocky Horror outfits right here. I don't know. Who would you dress up as?
Who would I dress up as?
Yeah.
That is to say that on air?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I don't care.
Well, if I dressed up, I'd want to dress up as Brad, but during the performance, the Rose Tint My World performance.
Yeah. Absolutely.
That's what I would do. So that's probably the most queer thing you'll hear me say on this podcast.
Hey, man.
I'm more of a riffraff kind of guy.
Really?
I think I could.
I found out
pull off that sort of ratty look.
I found out that you could. I found out this past week that Richard O'Brien, who is riffraff and the writer of that whole that show and the film and everything, he's the guy who plays Lawrence, Phineas and Ferb's dad on Phineas and Ferb, and that made me smile.
Oh, really?
Really?
I was like, wow. That's like the only other thing he's ever done. I looked at his filmography and it was like Rocky Horror, Shock Treatment, the sequel to Rocky Horror, and then a million Rocky Horror documentaries, and then right at the bottom it was like Phineas and Ferb, 2008 to 2025.
Just ride that wave, man.
I know.
Wave. But yeah, keeping in mind with this, we're a wrestling podcast.
Forgot both of.
No. You're right. This isn't Behind the Lens.
Yeah. But Cooper, can you still hear me? I think we've lost Cooper.
Oh, he froze.
Yeah, he's frozen on my screen too.
Oh.
Technical difference. He's just smiling at us. Poor Cooper is probably ranting right now, and he's not realizing that none of us can hear him.
That's sad.
I guess this is the time to admit I have never seen Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Really? Yeah, that's fine. You should though.
Oh no, I plan on it.
Yeah.
I just haven't. I've wanted to go to one of the live shows where people dress up and stuff like that. But Cooper, can we hear you? We got Spider-Man. Nope. Well, I'll segue and then we'll clue Cooper in whenever we can get him back. We had decided, the Smashing Machine came out this week. None of us have seen it yet, but we plan on watching it next week. Reviewing that on the pod. Peacemaker's coming out around this time. We're in a big month for wrestlers going to actors. So I thought it'd be fun if we did a little draft of basically you're drafting a wrestler in the role. You're not just drafting The Rock as an actor. You're drafting The Rock in the Smashing Machine, John Cena and Peacemaker, John Cena and this, that, and if they play the role twice, you only get them for one role. So you can't be like John Cena as Peacemaker in the Suicide Squad versus John Cena as Peacemaker in the thing. The thing is, Cooper? Oh, that was just a Discord notification.
No, that was me saying.
I can't hear you.
Still Cooper.
We're just Cooperless for the rest of the pod. We've lost them.
That's so sad.
They censored him as soon
as they got him.
Yeah, they got him. As soon as he started talking about Rocky Horror, they were just like, "We got to get you out of here." Well, while we wait on Cooper, let's make this through the lens. You know what I watch, Jack?
What'd you watch?
Altered States. Have you ever seen that movie?
Really? No.
Put that on your list. That's a vibes list from me.
State.
45 years ago, stars William Hurt, and it's like you will never predict where that movie goes.
Okay.
So it's basically about people who, back then they had sensory deprivation tanks and stuff. And so this guy's basically trying to see visions and stuff through and mental health and stuff like that. So he's going to this sensory deprivation tank and seeing dreams and visions of God and stuff like that. And he's a little bit of a nut. He's a professor at Harvard. And then he decides, I want to go study in Mexico, and he takes whatever hallucinogen that these some type of tribe has, and he brings it back, and he has this crazy experience. He brings it back, and so now he's combining both the sensory deprivation tank and the hallucinogen, and it just goes off the wall bonkers from there. It's very, very trippy. It reminds me of some of the visuals, reminds me of what David Lynch did in Twin Peaks episode 8 of The Return.
Okay.
Some
That's
of
cool.
where he's showing the nuke at times. I'm this is definitely where Lynch might have got some inspiration from that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not a very popular film, so but I thought it was very good. It's hour 42. You're in and out. It's kind of goofy at the same time as that. Like, there's one part where I'm like, the way this film was going, I would have never predicted that this is what the sequence we're going to have for like 10 minutes, but I'm here for it. There's some good body horror in it, pretty good movie, I would say. But yeah, that's my mind. I'm starting my Scaretober, my next movie probably tomorrow, because I've been trying to watch them, but I haven't really found the time. The last couple of days with work, I'm going to watch They Live for the first time.
Okay, I love that movie a lot.
Yep, that might be a little hint for our wrestler draft.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm into. I'm gonna do that. There's some other vibes. I want to do a lot more older and obscure stuff than just
There's this.
Go ahead.
There's a movie I'm trying to think. I can't remember the name. I watched last year. You keep talking while I think.
You're good. Yeah, I'm not like the biggest fan of current horror. I like current horror, but I think I like older stuff a little bit more because it's just easier to watch. I think it looks better sometimes in the way of I don't like how digital cameras look, and it's just wacky. But I don't know. There's some horror films that are recent. I still have never seen Nope, so I'm gonna watch Nope for the first time. I'm gonna find it.
Oh, that's a great movie.
I had the choice between Nope and Bullet Train, and I was like, I don't know. I kind of want to see Bullet Train. I like Bullet Train, but that was obviously the bad choice out of those two. But there's that. There's a couple others that I was like, oh, this is vibes list that I need to write down my list, but I never have. Because I know Nope, and I had some friends as their recommendations, but if you have any, feel free to send me some.
Sure. Have you seen Messiah of Evil before?
I have not.
It's a really good 70s horror movie that I like.
Messiah.
It's written by the people who made the Howard the Duck movie 10 years later.
You should watch. Wait, have you seen Phantom of the Paradise, right?
Yeah, I love that.
I love that movie.
Awesome.
There was that.
We're flying blind here, man.
I know, we're flying into nothingness.
Yeah.
Might want to see if Cooper just joins on his phone. I've got an OBS of everybody recording, so if he just joins on his phone, we can just use that. You guys haven't glitched out any on my end, so You want to type that for him?
Yeah. Oh, he's back. Is he back?
Oh, he's muted. Speak, Cooper.
Hi.
Oh, we can hear you.
Okay, so I'm on my phone right now.
That's what we were going to say. Right. That's good.
And so the downside of that, though, is that I cannot connect my headphones to it right now. But my mic is still rolling, so we can.
That's all right. You don't sound too bad.
That's good. And I have OBS recording everything, so we will have the recordings of,
Great.
There might be some sounds of Discord notifications because it's coming from OBS, but that's all right. Because of us typing in the chat and stuff like that. But we were talking about movies basically while you were gone because we were segueing into the first ever Strongest Style draft. We're going to do a little snake draft here, 3 styles of wrestlers' acting roles. I think, Cooper, since you've been MIA for the last couple minutes and sadly weren't able to hear us blabbering, we'll let you get the first pick.
Oh, okay. So wait, what are the rules of this, by the way? How are we determining?
Yeah. The rules are basically this. When you draft, you're not drafting just like The Rock as an actor. You're drafting like The Rock in the Smashing Machine. So you can draft The Rock in multiple different roles, but you're drafting a specific role for that person. Like, this is their best role. This is the best wrestler as an actor kind of thing. And so the rules are this. So it's your first pick. You would draft. We'll put me last. Jack can be in the middle. So it'd be you draft and Jack drafts. I draft. then it's snake order. So then I would draft, Jack would draft, and you would draft, and it'd go that. Or each drafting, you would do 3 or 5 rounds.
Mm-hmm.
Would you rather do 3?
Okay. I think I can do probably 5.
Okay,
I'm down for 5.
We can do 5. You know, I came up with the segment, and then I haven't done any prep work for it, so we're flying in blind. I'm going to have the crappiest list, but, you know.
I'm going to have a perfect list, honestly. I'm locked in for this.
You're locked in. But,
oh, yeah.
Cooper, I will let you take it away.
Okay, fantastic. So on my list here, immediately, my first round going to be an animal. Dave.
Okay.
Wait. I heard the animal and then it cut out. Jack, you want to repeat that for Cooper in case?
No, I didn't hear it either. I was just trying to be normal.
I'm sorry. Oh, okay. Dave Bautista in Blade Runner 2049.
Okay,
good first round pick.
Right.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sweet. Okay. Is that me then?
Yeah, that's you.
My first round pick is going a little out of left field. I'm going to pick Kevin Nash as Super Shredder in TMNT 2 from 1991.
Wow.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
That's going to be leading my unit for this draft.
I haven't seen the movie. I'm about to actually watch it like tonight or tomorrow.
What?
We mentioned this before. I'm going first
I feel
pick.
like that shouldn't count.
What? No.
Why are you going to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles showing? That's crazy.
No.
Good luck on my part.
No. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that it's my pick. We mentioned this before.
Pick that he's about.
I've seen parts of the movie.
Oh, I thought you were saying.
No.
You were
Am
gonna
I not allowed to pick a movie I haven't seen but I know is iconic? Are you?
I think it's okay.
Okay, sure, whatever.
All right, screw you then. I'm picking The Rock in The Game Plan. Then I've seen that movie and he's very good at it. Yes, that's a great movie, man. I'm gonna rewatch that.
Funny. Okay, sure.
What are you talking about?
That's just funny.
I do have another
thing.
Rock movie lined up in the chamber.
I have one too.
Okay, I'm gonna try to steal it from you then.
Okay, well, wait, I gotta draft again. Well, it's topical, and I feel like it's Cena's best role, so I'm gonna go Cena as Peacemaker in the Suicide Squad and Peacemaker. That's complete wipe there. So
okay,
Jack, your turn.
Is it okay? For my second pick, I'm going for Big Show as Captain Insano in The Water Boy.
Ooh, good pick.
Yeah. The Water Boy is a Stone Cold classic in the Prater house.
Absolutely.
My mom hates it.
Really?
Me and my dad will watch it every single time. So I am going to go for my second pick. I'm just going to go ahead and take this other Rock role. Dwayne The Rock Johnson in Michael Bay's classic Pain and Gain.
Ooh, that's good. Okay. That's not the Rock role I was going for, but that's good.
It should be. It's his only good one besides the Smashing Machine.
No. You're forgetting a certain
game plan.
Yeah, you're forgetting a certain DC movie from 2022.
No, I don't. I think he's thinking of that one actually while he says it.
That is a hilarious role for The Rock, though. I mean, like, have you seen Black Adam's funny, man? What can I say? The hierarchy of power of strongest style is going to change, Cooper. Jack, it's your
pick. You can take him.
Oh, wait, no. It's Cooper, your pick again, right?
It's my pick again.
Yeah.
We forgot how to work.
You get back-to-back, yeah.
Okay, cool. So, I got to think about it then. In that case, I'm going with Terry Funk in Roadhouse.
That was on my short list, too.
Yeah. Jack?
I've got to take the legendary Bonesaw McGraw
Oh,
from Randy Savage in OG Spider-Man.
I got
How
you
dare you?
for 3 minutes. 3 minutes.
3 minutes of
playtime. Well, I'm mad that that didn't fall to me, but it does mean that in my double pick here, I get Andre the Giant in The Princess Bride. Iconic.
Okay.
To the point where he has his own toy. And, I don't know if I should pick a funny one or if I should pick a serious one. I think I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'm gonna do it anyway. I was gonna do earlier. Rowdy Roddy Piper and They Live.
Oh man,
That was the one I was watching the next night. I was planning on watching it already, but I got busy with work. So it's iconic, man. You can take it without seeing it. You know, everyone knows the line.
yeah.
All right,
That one is a solid pick.
all right, Jack, it's your turn.
Okay, for this one, I'm going with Jesse Ventura in Predator.
That was my other
Literally,
pick. That's why I was debating if I wanted to pick Jesse Ventura or not.
Legendary role for the man.
what am I gonna do now? This is awful.
Hey, Dwayne Johnson is Black Adams
know.
right there, brother.
I think I'll pass. I think I'm okay. I'm not that desperate yet. Oh man, I gotta do some consulting real quick. Hold on.
Hey, you could pick Charles Crowley as the body for the Thing in Fantastic Four.
Brother, I will die before I pick a British wrestler on this list.
Paul Walter Hauser, I want to say, does not count because he was an actor before he was a wrestler.
Yeah, that's true. Same thing. Is that also how we'll deal with Zeus or Tiny Lister?
Yeah.
I think so. I was thinking about doing his goated.
Oh, I know my final.
Yeah.
I know my final pick now.
Oh no. Okay.
I just
It's always when
remembered.
he says that he knows it. Let's see.
Could do a Punk pick.
I could. I didn't like that movie. Okay. This is mine. I want to go with Kevin Nash in Magic Mike.
Oh, good pick. Good pick.
Tarzan, buddy.
That is a good pick. That's definitely a good
You
pick.
get 2 here, Coop. You get your final one, too.
Oh, this is my last one?
Yep, you get your next 2.
Oh, man. Oh, wait. How have we not gotten this one down yet? I took Dave Bautista first. I'll take Dave Bautista last. Give me Drax the Destroyer.
Yeah, I was hoping that
Drax
that was going to
Destroyer.
fall to me, but, unlucky.
Okay. In the spirit of the season, for my last pick, I'm going to have to go with El Santo and Blue Demon in various El Santo and Blue Demon cheesy horror movies.
He
from
can have
the
both.
60s.
Whoa. Are we letting him have both or one?
They're tandem. They work together.
Okay.
No. You gotta pick.
share-
You gotta pick one. You can't pick
Okay,
both.
then we're going Santo and Blue Demon versus the Monsters.
Okay, thank you.
The Universal ripoff.
They're all Santo plays himself, so it's fine. You can have Santo. You just can't have both Santo and Blue Demon.
Okay.
Okay, there's many great roles. There's I don't want to pick another rock role though I think he has a few, including the Fast and Furious franchise we didn't even mention. That's actually better than the game plan.
Hobbs and Shaw is worth the
Yeah. But I'm going with a funny pick here. It is a movie I unironically love. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I can.
This is a movie I unironically love. It's one of the first things I did think of when I brought this prompt, and I forgot it, and then I thought of it again. In the spirit of the season, not the Halloween season, but the Christmas season, we're going Bill Goldberg in Santa Slays.
Evil Santa.
Dude, he's awesome in that movie.
That's pretty good.
That movie does rock.
That movie rocks.
Everyone in all ours.
Some honorable mentions that we did not draft. Adam Copeland as Ares in the Percy Jackson series and in the Viking series.
Have any of y'all watched the Percy Jackson series?
No.
Yeah.
I watched the first couple of episodes because I was obsessed with those books when I was a kid. And then I found out that this is in fact a kid show, and that I am a 23-year-old man. So.
I did love the books, but I did the same thing. It looks good, but I'm like, I'm not a child anymore.
Yeah, I'm sure it's great for that demographic.
We also forgot Big Show as Big Santa in Jingle All the Way. Great role there. John Cena as the Toretto in the Fast and Furious movies, and Bumblebee in Trainwreck. Not a lot of Cena love on this pick list.
He didn't play the Toretto in all of those. That was just the Fast and Furious.
Yeah, just the Fast and Furious one. Yeah. Stone.
Now we've got to do. I was going to do next. We have to do a list of fictional wrestlers in movies.
Oh, that would be fun. Bonesaw McGraw's going number 1, brother.
Right.
Stone Cold Steve Austin in Grown Ups 2. That's pretty good. And he's in, isn't he in The Expendables?
Oh, he is. Oh, one that I thought of when you first gave us this prompt in our group chat, but I'm ashamed that I didn't say, is Vader from Boy Meets World.
True. But they're just playing themselves, to be fair. And Cactus Jack.
Yeah, but that's still cast. Yeah, we have Santo on this list.
Santo is playing himself.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is true. DDP's been in some stuff. I forget which stuff.
Yeah.
Really?
Devil's Rejects, I think.
Oh, right. No, yeah.
And then some like straight to DVD stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sting in Ready to Rumble.
Yeah, I was going to say anybody in Ready to Rumble.
And his straight to DVD Christian movie, Sting Moment of Truth.
That is true. See No Evil, Kane. Bill Goldberg, The Longest Yard.
Yeah. Well, the Longest Yard, you get 3 for the price of 1 because you get Goldberg, Austin, and Kali.
Yeah. You used to take all 3 in one movie. Mick Foley was in the Peanut Butter Falcon. I forgot about that.
Was he?
Yeah. There was a whole thing about them going to wrestling, and I'm pretty sure.
Oh, yeah.
Like Jake the Snake or somebody else was in there. That was like another wrestler. And we're forgetting the great Hacksaw Jim Duggan in Professional Wrestlers versus Zombies.
Dude, no one's watched that.
We're going to watch it and review it for the pod, Jack.
Oh, gosh.
I mean, we have to. We have to watch that.
Okay. We can do that. We can do a See No Evil episode, too.
All right. Just so we can let the viewers vote who had the best one, let's run down our list. We'll start with you, Cooper. Your 5 picks.
Okay, so if I remember correctly, I had Dave Bautista in Blade Runner 2049. Then it was The Rock in Pain and Gain. Then Terry Funk in Roadhouse. Kevin Nash in Magic Mike. And then Batista again as Drax in the Marvel stuff.
Double Dave action.
That's the best kind of action.
Yep. Mr. Dudley.
All right, my Jack Dudley family for today is it
The
starts
JDF.
right. Shoot, I started with Kevin Nash as the Super Shredder, and then went to Captain Insano, the Big Show, Paul White, and then transitioned to picking up Bonesaw McGraw, Macho Man Randy Savage. Then Jesse Ventura in Predator. I don't remember his character's name.
I'm pretty sure he just played Jesse Ventura.
And then finishing off with the legendary monster hunter El Santo.
Yeah, El Santo really brought together the list. It's pretty good. To run down the list for Logan Hurston Promotions today, we're starting with The Rock and his greatest role as football star, and I don't even remember the name and the game plan. Then we have Andre the Giant in The Princess Bride.
Man, you're for being the world's biggest game plan fan. That's crazy.
I actually, unironically, I do plan on rewatching the game plan soon because I was like, that's a good movie, man. I watched it a lot as a kid. I really liked the game plan. That started my love for The Rock. Before I knew wrestling, I'm like, this guy was in the game plan. That's how I knew him.
Oh, so that was your the Tooth Fairy.
Yeah, I mean that's also I also saw him in the Tooth Fairy, and that was also a great role. But the game plan was better. They played that on Disney Channel more, man.
That is true. That is true.
That's why I learned about peanut allergies. I didn't know that existed before. Blew my mind.
You didn't know that peanut allergies.
I was a child. I was like, I like peanut butter. You can die from eating peanut butter. But The Rock in the game plan, Andre the Giant in The Princess Bride. Rowdy Roddy Piper in They Live. No, that's wrong. The Rock in the game plan. John Cena and Peacemaker. Andre the Giant and The Princess Bride. Rowdy Roddy Piper in the game plan. And finally rounding it off with Bill Goldberg and Santa's Sleigh.
I think Santa's Sleigh is an amazing pick.
It is, bro. That's the first thing I thought of unironically after the game plan was Bill Goldberg and Santa's Sleigh when I pitched this. I'm like, I want that. But I really wanted the problem was I was like, I want to pick this, but I'm like, if Drax is still on the board, you can't just not pick Dave Bautista and Guardians of the Galaxy, Like, I'm sorry to Bill Goldberg. But luckily Cooper did the double Dave action, so there's a lot of great
I didn't want to lead off with Drax because I do genuinely think that 2049 performance is like the greatest thing that any wrestler has ever done in film. But yeah, I mean, it would be stupid not to choose the one where he's in the biggest franchise known to man.
Yep. Which is crazy. He's only in like a few minutes of 2049,
I know, but
he's amazing in those minutes. Yeah. Also,
so quiet.
We forgot him as is it 8-Ball Inspector? What was the guy's name?
Mr. It was like Mr. Blinks or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had one of those stupid henchman names. And he had metal fingertips, I think, that he would gouge out Daniel Craig's eyes with. Yep. I think that was his gimmick.
If I did see the Smashing Machine, that would have probably been on the list, but we haven't seen it yet, so I can't in good faith, not knowing how good The Rock does, pick it. I can't pick Roddy Piper because, well, that role's iconic,
Oh, you haven't seen They Live?
That's what I was gonna watch it the other day, and then I got slammed at work. It's my next movie I'm gonna watch no matter what. That's why I was like, that was the one, my original first pick, and then you crapped on me. I'm like, I'm gonna take it later, but.
Okay, sure.
Yeah. I mean, it's so iconic. The line that everyone says comes from that movie. I'm here to kick ass and chew bubblegum, and I'm all out of bubblegum. I've heard that line before knowing Roddy Piper said it.
Yeah, same here. We should also do a review of the other Roddy Piper 80s action vehicle, Hell Comes to Frogtown.
Yes. Unironically, I plan on watching that too. I saw that on Letterboxd, and I was like, I need to see this. Isn't he like the only man left on planet Earth or something like that in that movie?
Yes, he is.
Awesome. All right.
The effects are genuinely really great, by the way, in that. I don't know if you guys have seen the frogs in Hell Comes to Frogtown, but they're great. I love them.
Believe it or not, I haven't, Cooper.
Then you're in for a treat.
But yeah, I think that rounds off our little Wrestlers the Movie thing. Noah Phillips would be very proud of us right now. I am excited to announce that next week we will be doing our first retro of Halloween Havoc 1989, sticking with the spirit of the season. And depending on how that goes, I'm sure we're going to do some other stuff and dabble. We've done a Halloween Havoc, I think, every year, even on the other podcast, or we've done it in the past, or at least some type of Halloween Havoc match or something like that.
Yeah, I know we did a Secret Santa style Halloween Havoc episode once where we all chose different matches.
Yeah. We should bring that back. Secret Santa at some point.
I think we will.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
And Christmas. Yeah, that's it for our little Wrestlers Movie section. We're going to move on to AEW. AEW Dynamite celebrated their 6th anniversary this Wednesday. I sat and watched all 2.5 hours of it. I missed a little, like the first 10 minutes of the Kenny and Brodito tag because I just was making dinner. But I got to see all the important stuff. I'll say this show, I mean, I thought it was going to be good, but it definitely shocked me in a lot of, I was not expecting a certain man to return, nor do I think anybody else was. That's the first time I watched. Go ahead.
They did stack up on some capital M moments here, and the the elephant in the room was certainly the thing that stuck with me most, more so than really any of the matches. I'm gonna be honest with you.
For sure. But let's run down the card from top to bottom. We started off. What?
That man is sleepy.
Sorry.
It's a boring show, I guess.
Oh, God, this show sucks, man. This show sucks. No, it's just I've been working a lot and not sleeping much, going to bed late, waking up early. I literally woke up on so I thought my dad was going to wake me up early to go at 6 a.m. and they let me sleep. So I didn't set any alarms. I woke up, did not know where my phone was. It was 10:45. I was like, I may have slept through when we were supposed to start recording this. There was a good chance. But yeah, let's start from the start. We had a package here of all the great moments of Dynamite, which I really enjoyed. I enjoyed that they also showed Cody and Punk. Not too focused on them, but they at least, acknowledged them. Especially the Sting Punk moment, because that's one of my favorite moments of all of Dynamite. That was so cool. And
the Brody Lee stuff in that segment.
Say that one more time, Cooper. You cut out a little bit.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I was gonna say the Brody Lee clips that they showed in that video package really got me.
Yeah, me too. Mm-hmm. I wanted to make sure you said that and fluently so everyone could hear that statement. I was like, that's important. But
yeah, cut the first part out.
Nope. Sorry. But yeah, we started with that. We're celebrating Dynamite 6th anniversary. They're in, I think, were they Hollywood, Florida?
Yes, they very much are, as they would emphasize in Tony Storm's entrance later.
Mm-hmm. But we kicked off the night with a 6-man tag between Kenny Omega and Brodito versus the Young Bucks and Josh Alexander. This was a good match. This is fun.
What is the reasoning for that introduction of Josh Alexander?
Limitless Josh Alexander. It's a bit from another podcast. So every time I see him, that's all I think of.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm out of the loop.
I'll fill you in later. We'll fill you in later. Don't worry. We'll fill you in. But yeah, I thought it was pretty good. I really enjoyed Kenny doing the Macarena, and because of where we're at in Kenny's career, anytime we just have him on the screen feels like a big deal, you don't know how many random Dynamites he's ever going to wrestle at, so it just feels monumental whenever he is there. And him kicking off the show too is just a great way of the EVPs are heels. You can't have them kick off. One of the guys who started the company, and he is winding down, having him do the big rah-rah promo after the match. He also looked pretty good. I mean, not amazing, but not bad at all, for a guy who's been dealing with a lot of nagging injuries.
He's not being asked to do much in this particular match, but yeah, what he does do, he is still as crisp and professional as ever.
Oh, yeah, because that's a lot of things I think sometimes when wrestlers get older, especially those who work a very hard style, people fall off, people think they fall off or stuff like that, but Kenny's very good at emphasizing the big moments to draw you in, and the actual people who don't credit him as a legit throwback professional wrestler who has really good psychology or just wrong. And I think especially in this older run where he is limited, he shows that more than ever. But yeah, more than the match itself, what people were really talking about was, okay, let me start before we get to the return. whenever Kenny and the Bucks went to do their little, like, are we friends? And then Josh Alexander started beating him down. There was, like, when Jurassic Express came out, there was, like, a solid minute or two where Josh Alexander was just beating up Kenny in the corner and nobody was doing anything. Where did Brodito go? They're just letting him beat Kenny up for, like, no reason. You just tagged with the guy. Like, it's like the Bucks and Perry and them are, like, staring down at each other. And then, like, Josh Alexander in the corner is just kicking Kenny Omega's face off. I'm like, stop it! He's weak! He's weak!
I guess, like, they like walk back up to Gorilla or whatever, and they're too busy, hearing Tony Khan be like, "Yeah, great business, great business,
Great business." Yeah.
That's it.
But Josh Alexander beat down on Kenny Omega, stopping the Bucks moment. Jurassic Express comes out, beats up the Bucks. Kenny gets back up. They start beating up Josh Alexander. And this is the funny thing is, and again, like why I think Kenny was also mad. They didn't beat up Josh Alexander to save Kenny. They only beat up Josh Alexander because Josh Alexander started pushing on Jack Perry. Like, if they would have just walked away, they wouldn't have cared about Josh Alexander. Like, Josh Alexander cares more about the Bucks than the baby faces care about Kenny Omega in this segment.
That's that's the kind of character that they look for in the Don Callis.
That is true. That is true. But yeah, pushes Perry. Perry starts attacking him. Kenny gets him in the Dragon, knock him out of the ring. Then Perry and Kenny start jarring because, like most people, Kenny Omega sees Jack Perry in full scapegoat outfit, and he's like, "You haven't changed at all. You tried to punch me in the gut the last time we wrestled and injured me. You're an a-hole." And then he does his big promo. The lights dim out. And who to return but Chris Jericho. Yeah, that's what I was going to say. No, when I saw that long, luscious hair, when I saw that mask, I was going to be like, what? So I'm like, I guess he just didn't have 90 days, I would have never expected.
I know. It took me a while even seeing the mask.
No.
Because Jericho has done like that mask reveal so many times.
Yeah, that's true. If it was Jericho, though, he would have like attacked Kenny and then taken off the mask.
Yeah, that's true.
No. As soon as I saw it,
but I only like breathed a sigh of relief after he took it off.
Yeah. Andrade, the last true worker in the professional wrestling world who's willing to go anywhere and leave immediately, is back in AEW, and he has aligned himself with the Don Callis family. That means one of two things, fellas. That either means that LFI might also join the Don Callis family.
The whole thing, yeah.
The whole faction, including Sammy Guevara. Didn't Sammy join the Don Callis family at one point?
Yeah, Sammy would be a returning member. Him, Powerhouse Hobbs, and Roosh were all at one point in the Don Callis family together.
Yeah, Hobbs was too. I forgot about that. Jeez.
Yeah.
But yeah, or we're gonna have some infighting between LFI and Andrade, which I would find also very interesting. I just think it'd be funnier if they just all joined the Don Callis family, but at this point, why not? I mean, they already got so many dudes.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
It's spreading like wildfire, man. It's crazy. They're at 13 now, right? Isn't that what it was said?
13, yeah, 13.
13 members. Wow. Woo.
Who was the one I forgot? Yeah, let me run down this list of members. Well, no. We'll wait till we get the other member that was introduced tonight.
The better reveal of this.
The more exciting one, for sure.
But yeah, Andrade is back. And I do want to say, a lot of people were like, oh, he got fired for the wellness policy. That's a load of crap, man. That is a crock pot of crap. If you look at those wrestlers in WWE, you cannot tell me that they are not, like, on steroids, like AJ and Randy and stuff like that. They are on something. Second off, they haven't established the wellness policy like they used to back in, like, 2016, 2017 in a long while. And if they did have Andrade for marks against him, they never told him. Because how the wellness policy used to work is you would get caught, it'd be a 30-day suspension, right? If you look at Andrade's run in WWE, there was never a point where he ever was off for 30 days straight because he never had a wellness policy thing, nor was he ever told, or it was made public. You know, they used to be like Roman Reigns suspended for wellness policy. He's gone for 30 days, you know?
Yeah, they were very open about it whenever it was violated.
Yeah, because they don't care anymore, and that's not why he was fired. That's what they're going to claim because they want to come out with a smear campaign because he went to AEW, but that's a load of crockpot. That doesn't mean that Andrade wasn't doing steroids, but that's not the reason he was fired, you know? That's not the reason they let him go,
Sure.
you know? It's because he lost his politicking power, but, you know, to each their own. But, you know, and also he didn't want to play hardball. He didn't want to just randomly join a tag team with Phoenix. He felt wasted, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe.
Because he was supposed to originally in Clash of Paris was to be him and Phoenix versus the Wyatt Six, and then he was like, "I'm not doing that, brother." But yeah.
Oh right, that was the one that he no-showed. Yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah. Which now they have Javon
This
Evans.
all happened so fast.
They have Javon Evans tagging with Phoenix now, but Ray Phoenix. But anyway, Andrade is back. We then we went to a segment where the Young Bucks went to a casino and are broke. I believe around that.
Yeah, broke Bucks again.
Broke Bucks.
I saw that casino.
It was good while it lasted.
Let the good times roll. But yeah, we had a little backstage segment with Mercedes Moné where she talked about next week she wants a local star from Florida to wrestle her. No international stars. Open challenge entitled Tuesday. And that she's looking for a partner for the women's tag title tournament for Mini Moné, puppeteered by Harley Cameron, to come out. Mercedes immediately be like, no, absolutely not, no, and walk away. So Harley Cameron could team with like 3 or 4 people in this tag tournament. She's just gonna tag with everyone. They're just gonna like have her in like 3 or different matches. I mean, you got Willow and Harley possibly. You have Harley and Stat possibly. You have Harley and Mercedes possibly. At any moment, if something happens between TJ, Harley and Jay could just start tagging again. Like Harley is like the person who brings the women's division together when you think about it, you know?
Yeah, she really is kind of playing the field here, which, you know, more power to her. Hey, can I be 100% honest about something real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
I have a feeling what you're going to say.
I can acknowledge that Harley Cameron has improved tremendously as a performer. I find her current thing incredibly annoying. And
Really?
I don't want to see her on my top. Incredibly. I cannot stand her right now.
I'm glad you
mean,
said that,
it's just-
Cooper.
Like, okay, good.
I mean, even if somebody doesn't watch, even if somebody doesn't watch as much, I don't get it much either. I'm going to be honest. I just don't at all. I haven't since the original Mercedes puppet thing that went viral. It's just not for me, I guess.
Yeah. I didn't mind that when it first happened, you know, and the build up to the Grand Slam match I thought was pretty well done. But everything since then, I think, has been kind of a reheated version of it. And I don't think that yelling and making funny songs and funny faces is compelling enough for my particular taste right now.
Mm-hmm.
This is what you sound
And there's
like.
a lot of really good comedy acts in AEW right now too.
That's true.
Yeah, I'm not against comedy characters. I just don't think what she's doing is a particularly good version of it.
This is what you sound like, Koopa. I did not care for The Godfather. I would like to admit, I did not care for The Godfather. You do not know that? The Family Guy, bro. Come on now.
From Family Guy? You never seen the Family Guy clip?
No, I'm not tuned in to Family Guy clips. I'm afraid.
Bro, you're not into the fam?
I'm too busy living life and being joyful.
I'm too busy getting money and doing actual adult things and not watching.
I have a job.
Right. I'm still laughing in my head at how Logan, you called him Koopa to start that, like
Koopa.
from Mario. Did you hear that too?
Koopa Troopa. No. I don't mind Harley Cameron as much as you two do, but she's not my favorite by any means.
Okay.
But I don't know. I think they each their own. And like there's a certain amount of the audience who does really like Harley, so I'm fine with that. I do think she's improving as a wrestler. But you know.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with her in ring necessarily. I think she's serviceable at this point. Yeah, I mean, just the characters. I mean, that's 50% of wrestling, and it just is a lot right now. And I prefer my wrestling maybe a little bit more low key right now than she is offering. So
no, that makes sense.
Yeah, Cooper just doesn't want to feel the wrath.
I don't want a cat drawn on my face, unfortunately.
Yeah. What? No. What? You're a big cat guy. Come on now. That's not popping you?
I am. But I like cats as they are, as their own entities, not on human faces.
All right. Well, let's move on to the TNT title match. Kyle Fletcher versus the returning, his first singles match, Orange Cassidy. This is in place of Hologram, who was injured by quote-unquote Kyle Fletcher and is now out for the rest of the year. This was very fun. I was very happy to see OC back, and part of my heart was like, he's going to win. He's going to win this title. He's going to win.
There's always a chance.
There's always a chance. And I thought this was a really solid first match back for Orange. I think Fletcher is a really good stooge, and I think them working on the pockets bit worked pretty well, especially with like Fletcher putting Orange's hands in his pockets, and then that's what started Orange's comeback against Fletcher. I thought was very clean. Crazy, he did not even hit the Orange punch in this match or the beach break. My hope was this was going to be the main event, so then I could definitely feel like Orange might win the championship, but it was not. But yeah, and then Orange starts building up momentum. He gets on the top rope. Kyle stops him. He goes for the brainbuster. Orange stops him with a headbutt. He's getting up there for, I don't know, I guess a flying crossbody because that's what Orange does. I don't know what else he would have done there. But then Hologram comes out in full black shirt and red attire with a blue and green mask and the Hologram entrance gear.
Well, he's got his little entrance cloak over his chest, so you can't see.
And a black shirt over that.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. He's got a shirt too.
And he's not matching attire.
Yeah. They were trying real hard to tell you that this is Hologram that is coming out.
This is 100% without a doubt Hologram. That looks exactly like him. He definitely doesn't look bigger at all or not have matching attire. Like, I love that you could still see the red pants with the mask. And Hologram, stops Kyle and then pushes Orange off the top rope. Or no, I guess he hit him with the Pele kick, was it? Like, kinda? I don't remember. He hit him with some type of kick that kept him on the top rope. And then Kyle hits him with the brain buster, which looked particularly nasty. He landed directly on the top turnbuckle head first. There was no landing on their neck. Like, Kyle stuffed him. 1, 2, 3. Hologram has turned heel. Nope, that's not Hologram.
Wait a minute.
Wait, guys.
The real Collision watchers will know who this was.
That is... It's pretty obvious. You hear the... and he rips off the entrance gear, he rips his shirt, and he pulls off the normal hologram mask to reveal that is El Clone. He's a clone.
He's the clone.
The man formerly known as the King of Strange Style, Erez, and with all his cool.
Our good personal friend, Arez.
That is our good personal friend. And an enemy of the based god, Gringo Loco. But yeah.
On the plus side, Gringo won't have to worry about him anymore.
Yeah, that's true. I will say his tattoos looked even better with this like red gear and the hologram. So he looked menacing. And he's putting up the C's, baby.
Yeah.
Put up the
once he
C's.
finally unveiled.
Go ahead.
Dude, have you seen his Collision match?
No, I didn't watch any of Collision last night. I was at work.
Or never mind. He didn't have a match. He accompanied the other members of the Callis family, and he has C's on his knee pads.
Throwing up the giant C too. Like he couldn't do like one hand. He was doing like the let me get like my full wide.
I know.
Can I, Cooper? No, the audio people aren't going to see this, but can you throw up the C for me? The C for Cooper. L. Cooper. He's going to do it. Or, no, he's frozen. Oh, he's frozen. He's back.
He's getting hacked by El Clone.
Right here? That's the C's?
That's the Christian C. I'm talking about the El Clone C, brother.
I know.
Yeah, see?
I
Yeah.
forget how he did it.
Jack's doing it.
I couldn't.
It's literally like you're making the U with your two hands and you just turn it to the side. Jack did it, but anyway.
That's right. That's right. He did like.
Yep. But yeah, awesome. But yeah, and then he has joined the clone. El Clone has joined the Don Callis family.
Right.
And the conglomeration came out to help Orange, but they're not stupid. And they saw the amount of people in the Don Callis family, and they were like, you know what? Maybe we should just hold our ground and hope they don't jump into the ring. But
strength in numbers.
But currently, the Don Callis family has, and I quote, as member, let me find the text I sent. Where is it at? Sorry, I'm looking at La Parka versus LA Park versus Andrade. All right. It is Takeshita, current Unified Champ Okada, current TNT Champ Fletcher, Hechicero, Andrade, Lance Archer, Josh Alexander, Mark Davis, Brian Cage, RPG Vice, which is Trent Beretta. Woo! Trent Beretta and Rocky Romero, El Clone, and Wardlow, and the Bucks on speed dial. So, like, currently they have like 13 members. 1, 2, like 2 that are out in injury, and Trent Beretta's there, but he wasn't in the photo. But he's around because he challenged Big Boom AJ to a match. I'm pretty sure. Something like that. They had a backstage segment or something like that. I don't think Trent Beretta's been kicked out, but like Davis and Cage and Wardlow are injured. I mean, imagine those 13 men stunting on you, you know? Like, what are you going to do?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, they could... They have such a big faction that if they started doing Death Rider stuff, there wouldn't be enough people to beat them. They're what the Death Riders think they are.
Right. Yeah, I feel like the hypothetical scenario that you laid out there with all the Callis family, I feel like the goal is just to stick your hand out in front of Rocky Romero's head and just hold him there for a second. And then that'll give you time to slip away.
For sure. That or you go for like Lance Archer can't move as he used to. But like running this faction down, especially for like the history of AEW. I mean, you got Takeshita, who is the future world champion. That is guaranteed.
Yeah.
You have Okada, who's one of the greatest living wrestlers currently and the current unified champ. You have Fletcher, who's also a future world champion, who is the TNT champ. You have Hechicero, who just signed a dual contract. He is one of the big names CMLL, and that dude's going to get, I don't know about future world champion, but he's definitely going to be a big-time champ at some point in either AEW or Ring of Honor. I wouldn't be shocked if he takes the Ring of Honor belt off Bandito in their third match. You know?
It's a possibility, yeah.
Yep. Andrade, who may or may not get any titles, but like at any point he could, and he is a formidable opponent. Like he could beat most people on the roster, and I would not bat an eye. You know, with the way Andrade is.
Well, even if he doesn't get it into the title picture, I mean, launching him into a program with Kenny immediately after for his first real feud back, I think tells you how they see him and what they want for him.
Yep, for sure. You have Lance Archer and Brian Cage, two men who have been here since nearly the start of the company, who've been Lance Archer was originally almost the first TNT champion. He's had multiple world title matches that have been bangers. You have Brian Cage at the same time, who's been like that good work hand that they've always had, FTW champion. He's held the TV title in Ring of Honor and somewhat recently. At any point, he could challenge for a title. People are like, no, that's all right. And also, instrumental in building Hangman up at the start of the company with their trilogy. Two guys that at any point you could put in a world title or a unified or anything match, and nobody would bat an eye. Maybe not win it, but and essentially, this is a team that could win the tag titles at any point. Josh Alexander, fresh to the company. Right now, he's a fall guy, but dude's putting on bangers. And again, someone that I think could hold the TNT title in the future. Roppongi Vice, they're pretty cool.
They eat chips every night.
Yeah,
every single night. Yeah.
If you really want to break it down, you have Trent Beretta, a guy who's been there since the start. Again, another guy who started the company, should have been tag champs. Was a big figure in the company with the Best Friends for a while. Now he's kind of floundering, but it's still cool that he's featured. And then you have probably the secret sauce of the Don Callis family, Azúcar, Rocky Romero, the man who's able to mend any relationship with any company. He's the spokesperson, He's the one that Don Callis sends out to do the business. That's why he's around.
The negotiator,
yeah.
Rocky Romero.
It doesn't matter how many wins he actually gets wrestling. All that matters is what he's able to do negotiating wise, And then Wardlow, also someone that can just former TNT champ at any point could be heated up to a world title feud.
Let's maybe cool it on the Wardlow.
Well, I'm not saying that I would want that, but you wouldn't be shocked if that happened. You know what I'm saying?
I would, because I don't imagine that they're going to ever trust him to be that again.
Well, he came back and immediately attacked Swerve, so...
He did, and then immediately tore his quad or something.
That is true. And then he posted that picture on Twitter with him in the Ghostface mask with his girlfriend's...
Hey, look, I wish nothing but the best for Michael Wardlow. And if I was in his position, I can't say that I wouldn't do the same thing.
And do you see that picture, Jack?
I'm coming to see it. What y'all have posted? I don't know.
Just look at Wardlow's Twitter.
Okay.
I can't wait for Jack's reaction to this.
It should be pretty close up, I think, to his and stuff. He is a very interesting guy.
Yeah, Michael Wardlow.
Okay.
But yeah, it's he's feeling the spirit of Halloween, Jack. Don't worry.
Are you talking about the yacht picture?
Yes, that is. Happy Halloween. That's
just had to let people know. That's
the type of thing Great O'Con would be posting.
Yeah,
man.
The GOK.
That's really something.
But yeah.
Yeah. Well,
insane.
Yeah, I've seen it now.
Yeah, Wardlow's been doing those spots. That's crazy.
Yeah. But yeah, that's it for that little segment. We move on to representing the Ops, Samoa Joe and Powerhouse Hobbs teaming with the AEW World Champion Hangman Adam Page versus the Death Riders, a team of Jon Moxley, Claudio Castagnoli, and Daniel Garcia. Dude, we got to get him different attire. We need to get Danny something else.
The board shorts are not doing it for me. I'm gonna be honest.
No.
Everything else is on lock. Everything else is fine. You know, the attitude, the in ring stuff is working much better now. But and even I don't mind the entrance change too. That like real slow tempo entrance. I mean he does look like it's PE.
Yeah. They always pick. I run down this card, just basically what AEW uploads on YouTube, because I've seen it, but I don't write notes a lot of times. I just keep them stored in my mind. But they put the funniest picture of Jon Moxley as like the thumbnail for this segment. It's just him and his entrance walking down, big smirk at the camera. Huge smirk on this guy's face. But yeah, this match was all right. It was good. Hangman gets the victory, hitting the buckshot on Claudio. But what everyone's really talking about is what happened after this match. Hangman wins. He's going to give his big rah-rah 6th anniversary speech. He grabs his world title along with the trios titles. He gives one to Hobbs. He gives one to Samoa Joe. But when he gives it, he kind of like, not intentionally, but kind of pushes it onto him, like, pumped up. Samoa Joe.
Yeah, kind of shoves it.
Yeah, shoves it. Samoa Joe does not catch the title, drops it, and immediately is like, this guy disrespected me? This guy disrespected me? So Hangman grabs his title. He starts giving his promo. Joe immediately rips his tail, turns him around. They start jarring. Hobbs is trying to break it up. And eventually they just start coming to blows. And because Joe's like, you disrespected me? You don't treat me with no respect? He's like, nah, you never beat me. Not once, which is true. When Joe was world champion, he actually choked Hangman out. Hangman tapped. But yeah, and that just sparked a whole brawl between them two where they got separated. And Hangman then went backstage and basically said, I respect you, Samoa Joe, but you ever throw a B fit like that again, I will remind you of who I am.
He said, I will ruin your life.
Yeah, he did say that. I will ruin your life. And then I want Cooper to run down the Samoa Joe promo, please.
Oh, I forget the exact wordings that he had for it. That's all. No, you can't expect specifics out of me.
He said something like, if you come at me, I will... Something with the S word. You're like, I don't remember the exact... Oh, you're in big S now, or something like that.
Oh, yeah. He said that instead of cowboy shit, he's going to be in deep shit.
Yeah, that's what it is. Deep shit. And like, this is just cowboy stuff right here. I know what it is. Well, okay, I hate to give props to the guy. Sean Ross Sapp had an interesting tweet, which I hope comes true, where he basically said that I don't think this was like Joe having a meltdown. I think this was all calculated to goad Hangman into a match here. Like he really doesn't care that much.
Oh, 100%.
He just saw an opportunity.
Yeah, 100%.
Yep. I also like that. Yeah, it definitely.
Sorry, you go.
You got it.
Okay, I was just gonna say that part of what was so great about this segment for me too was like getting across. Yes, Samoa Joe is volatile and could conceivably really pop off like that over pretty much nothing. But also that it is very clearly a personal slight for him seeing that world championship on somebody that didn't beat him and that it is, several degrees his junior. And I think there's a part of him that it wants to, it's kind of has a bit of old gunslinger about him and wants to show this young gun how it's done. So
yeah, and I love the setup for it too, because again, sometimes wrestling is just easy, guys. Sometimes you don't have to get 20 promos and set up matches, stuff like that. Sometimes you have a perfect segment, you have good characters, and it just works out easily. It reminded me a lot of the Joe Morishima started their feud in Ring of Honor, where they just bumped into each other, and they were like, "You go first, you go first." And then Morishima pushed him, and Joe just got in the ring. He said, "Get in here!"
Exactly.
But yeah,
it's most like dumb jock energy kind of thing, which is the best way to start a rivalry, is just with two dumb jocks going at it.
For sure. But yeah, I love this. I loved everything about this. I'm so excited that they already announced this for WrestleDream, because I will be looking forward to this match for sure.
Yeah, they spent no time finalizing that.
Yep, for sure. Let's go to the next segment. We had Toni Storm's return to Hollywood, Florida. But yeah, she wrestled Ty Conti in a match that was all right. I don't feel like the crowd was much into it, sadly, but I guess they don't appreciate a true star. They don't appreciate a true star in Hollywood,
Yeah.
But yeah, interesting attire here from.
Unfortunately, Ty Mello, I think her incredible fisherman suplex in this one, so they couldn't pop for anything.
Yeah, right. But yeah, I think I really like Brian mentioning out on a commentary that Toni's not even in ring gear. She's not even. She's not very much acting herself. She seems very aloof kind of thing. Lost without the title. And I love the promo afterwards. She's like, I don't know who I am. And to eventually, of course, challenging Chris Statlander because she feel like she didn't beat her. She beat her, but she really didn't, It wasn't one-on-one. Which, that's definitely what I saw them setting up after All Out. And I think this will be a great match. They need to give it at least 20 minutes on the pay-per-view, hopefully. But I'm very excited for it.
Yeah, it can be great if they put their effort into it. And by that I mean production, not the wrestlers. I'm sure the wrestlers will more than do that. But yeah, in terms of giving the feud and the match time to breathe.
Yep, for sure. But yeah, then we go to the.
But yeah, I just want to say real quick that the follow up to this too on Collision was really well done, and really cemented my hype for that match.
Yeah. I'm almost done. We only have, I think, one more match in Dynamite, and then that happens as a skirmish in the main event, and you definitely can run down the highlights of Collision for us. As the one person who's a true collider, never misses a Saturday.
Yeah, he's always colliding all the time.
All the time.
Always have to be.
If I was off,
if I don't, who else will?
If I was off, I would have watched it, but there was not enough time in the day yesterday. I worked a double, so I was there. I was at the undisclosed chicken location for 13 hours yesterday, and with the hour drive there and an hour drive back. So, that's my whole day basically. But anyway, we get to the main event: Tornado Tag Team match, mixed tag between Darby Allin and Chris Statlander versus Marina Shafir and Wheeler Yuta. I found this very funny because when they set up this match, obviously Marina and Yuta are they have, they're a unit. But I don't know if I've ever seen Darby and Chris interact before. And because of that, like, I was interested in how their dynamic would be, and their dynamic was there wasn't one. There wasn't much, like, they didn't really work together. They each did their own thing, and I kind of liked that. They each focused on who they focused on. You know, every once in a while they would work together a little bit, but it wasn't like, you know, they were dapping each other up or stuff, you know. They were just two people with vendettas against two other people, and they were going to tag together and make it work out.
Sure.
But, yeah, I thought this match was really good. A lot of gnarly stuff, you know, the suplexes onto the barricades. You had one where Chris hit Marina with, like, a very swinging suplex onto, like, the announcer's table. Not the announcer's table, like the bellkeeper's table. But, like, she did it so quick. I mean, she almost hit Marina into the chairs over the table. Yep. And then we had, I really liked Yuta selling in this match where, like, he was hitting, I think he hit Stat with the angle slam at one point. God bless you, bro. God bless you.
Oh,
Jack
I did my best. I did my best to get away from the mic. I'm sorry.
Good. No, you're good. Interrupting. Just kidding. But Yuta did like an angle slam on the Stat, and like you could tell like he doesn't want to be fighting her, even though he is. Like he had very good facial expressions from young Wheeler Utah on this. We also had a point where Darby suplexed him onto a pile of chairs, and I'm like, that could end very badly. But yeah, what was the finish of this match? I don't remember. Cooper, do you?
Man, you know I don't watch wrestling like that.
I think it was. I mean, it was definitely coffin drop. I think it was a 4. Oh no, I remember what it was. They went to get the powder in the eyes or whatever, and like Marina Shafir got powder in the eyes. She couldn't see. They push Yuta into the corner where Shafir is, and she starts putting him in a choke, and cinches down into it. So she's like on the ground choking on her own tag partner. Stat gets up. It's a 450 on to both of them. Shafir lets go, and then Darby hits the coffin drop for the 1-2-3. Immediately after, Tony Storm comes out and like stares at Chris Statlander. They get up, like, little smile. They start brawling. Very funny image of them like looking at each other, and then Darby in the background just like gawking. And then the Death Riders and the Bastard Pack comes out. Attacks Darby Allin, starts choking him out. Mox comes out, and he says,
"Pinches a belt around his neck."
Was it a belt?
Yeah, I think that's how he choked. That's how he choked him out.
It looked gnarly. And I love Mox giving the promo while he's getting choked out, being like, "I don't know how, but I'm gonna make you say I quit." You are going to quit. Which again, like, I don't know how you make that guy say I quit, man, but good luck. I do think this is the start of, like, especially with like the way that Death Riders are now, I think the Mox turn happens on WrestleDream. I think Mox gets turned on WrestleDream by either Claudio.
You what?
Yeah, I think Claudio or Pac turns on Mox, because Mox is going to lose this I quit match.
Well, then what happens to the Death Riders then after that? Who's the leader?
Claudio.
Okay. Maybe. I just think that doing it at WrestleDream would be, I think, too soon.
Okay, well, this is my thinking here. You can already kind of see Mox softening up. Like, I agree.
Especially
with like this Darby feud. And like, again, an I quit match with Darby. I mean, they could have Darby quit, but like, I don't know if there's any in his character where he would ever quit to anything. And Mox has quit. I mean, Mox tapped out to the Hangman thing before, you know? I definitely could see Mox quitting, and like that being a sign. Like, I mean, I don't know, as a Death Riders too, like, I don't know how you defend your leader quitting, you know? There's already kind of like, it feels like the Death Riders are just doing their own thing sometimes separate from Mox. Like, it's not really like a joint, you know? And I could see it happening in this match. I don't know if it will, but like that's what I'm feeling. So
yeah, I'm not saying that it won't happen. I'm saying that if it did, I feel like the other members of the Death Riders that aren't Moxley right now are not positioned to really launch into anything super compelling outside of being his underlings right now. So I don't know. Actually, I think maybe the way you could push it is having Danny get everybody to turn on Mox. Okay, but like it's Danny's idea because the whole reason Danny joined the Death Riders was to start winning more, and then he sees Mox give up in the match. And he says, "Okay, well, clearly he needs to be taken out to pasture, and the rest of us can be this powerful force without him."
Yeah, that could make sense. That they do that, they need to get Danny to retire. They need to get Danny to retire anyway, but like I cannot be taking this guy as the leader of the Death Riders in board shorts. Yeah, that was the end of Dynamite 6-year anniversary. Next week we go to Title Tuesday, which will probably run down a little bit after Cooper gives a little rundown of Collision, because a lot of this stuff was set up on the Colliders show. Cooper, do you want to take us through Collision here?
Oh, I would love to. It's the Collision Minute with Cooper Prater. So on this edition of the best paced show in all of weekly televised American wrestling, we are coming to you from Lakeland, Florida. And we open up with, speaking of the Death Riders, a trios match with the Death Riders team of Claudio Castagnoli, Daniel Garcia, and Jon Moxley, taking on the ragtag team of Adam Priest, enemy of the show, Jay Lethal, the ambivalent of the show, and Tommy Billington, who I would love to be a friend of the show.
The good, the bad, and the ugly.
Yeah. This was a really great way to start the Collision. Priest, as begrudging as I am to give him any praise whatsoever, was an absolute just little bump freak in this match because Claudio gorilla pressed him onto the barricade ribs first.
It looks so brutal.
Yeah, I thought that looked like it sucked, and if further proof as to why I could not be a wrestler, I would straight up refuse that. I'm not taking that at all. Billington had a great little comeback, but it got shot down pretty quick. The segments with Priest and Moxley and Billington and Claudio were really good in the ring. And yeah, of course, the Death Riders pick up the win over this little Franken team of ROH guys over here. So then we move on to a segment highlighting that the current IWGP Women's Champion and according to many, one of the best women's wrestlers in the world at the minute, Sari, has made her debut in Ring of Honor, and that you might be expecting some more American dates for her down the road. Yeah, yep. So it led into our singular women's match on the show, which, AEW is going to AEW sometimes, and not a fan of that, but it was Jamie Hayter taking on Anna Jay, and a decent little match, I thought. Anna Jay had a pretty good comeback spot and looked competent, but absolutely got rocked with a Haterade. Is for Jamie to pick up the win, but then this led into some little break apart because the Sisters of Sin, I believe, later on attacked Jamie and Queen Aminata as well. So setting up a potential tag match. Maybe something in the women's tag tournament there. A quick little La Facción Ingobernable squash with Rush and Sammy Guevara taking on some local jobbers. The only real purpose of this was to lead into the next match, which had Dralistico of LFI taking on Eddie Kingston, which was fine enough on its own. However, it was greatly hampered in my enjoyment by having Sammy Guevara on commentary for it. I'm trying my very best to enjoy this Eddie Kingston match. Meanwhile, I have to hear Sammy Guevara talk about how he's everybody's favorite pillar and how Eddie Kingston is a slob and all that kind of stuff. Eddie, but for what it's worth, was really putting in work for selling for Dralistico. He had this awesome, at one point Dralistico super kicks him, and he is kind of stunned, almost tries to put his dukes up and then just kind of falls over on the ropes. It was really funny. But Eddie does pick up the win on that one as well. We are absolutely leading down to a Kingston Guevara match at some point. They've kayfabed this by saying that the reasoning is that Sammy is still upset over Eddie tossing him off of the blood and guts cage from a while back ago. However, for those in the know, might be aware that the real heat in this match is from the time that Eddie Kingston and Sammy Guevara got into a real fight backstage. So then we had a Don Callis family tag match, the first of two on this show, which actually was a response to the new stable of MXM TV for MXM Collection, friend of the show Mansoor and Mason Madden, teaming up with Johnny TV, former Johnny Impact, former Johnny Nitro, former Johnny Elite, former Johnny Mundo, former... What other Johnnies has he been? Anybody
Johnny
know?
Mundo?
Yeah, Johnny Mundo.
Johnny Nitro, Johnny Elite, John Morrison, Johnny Impact, Johnny Independent, probably at some point.
Sure. Johnny Bloodsport, I think. He
yeah,
was one time.
Johnny Bloodsport.
Yep.
Yeah. But that guy, the John, he they put out a what they called the MXM casting call for anybody in the back, and they were greeted by the Don Callis family team of Josh Alexander, Konosuke Takeshita, and Kyle Fletcher, accompanied by El Clone with his fancy little C knee pads on this time. This was not particularly competitive. I think it lasted 3 minutes. And then the best match of the night, in my opinion, came after this one. We have Kevin Knight of Jet Speed, accompanied by his teammate Mike Bailey and Willow Nightingale, taking on Dax Harwood. This was set up earlier on Dynamite, I think, where Jet Speed and Willow confronted FTR for their attack on Beth Copeland. And so, Kevin Knight absolutely showed out in this one. I think this was a spectacular showcase for him. Probably his best singles outing aside from the Ospreay match at Dynasty, I think. Because, you can't really get much better than an Ospreay pay-per-view match. But, this one was probably my favorite thing that he's been in AEW so far. So highly recommend this one. And then,
nothing. I was going, I gotta check this out.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I thought you said like you
And then finally in the main event, the Don Callis family, those little scamps. Again. This time, though, it's the combination Hechicero, Lance Archer, and Rocky Romero versus Orange Cassidy and the Paragon team of Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong. This was pretty tepid, I thought. And I mean, maybe I think the crowd kind of peaked in the prior match and had a hard time getting into it. But also, like, there's nothing particularly groundbreaking was happening here. It was a Paragon collision tag, and if you, I feel like you get the gist from it.
I have something funny to say about Collision. The image that they decided to use for this Dax Harwood and Kevin Knight match for the thumbnail is obviously like them fighting on one half, but the other half is Dax looking at a sign that says "Arrest FTR."
That's hilarious. I'm surprised they allowed that.
To put it as the thumbnail too.
I know.
But yeah, pretty stellar Collision. You got some big moves like Megan Bayne joining this little FTR stable with Stokely.
Oh yeah, that's right. They Bayne and Ford ran down after that match to put the brakes on Willow.
Yep. Continue that. Plus, it also, I think they're doing that, setting up more Blood and Guts because they have 2 months for that. Because I mean, you're seeing it tonight with like triangle of madness attacking both Aminata, Jamie Hayter, Stat, and Tony. Yep. And also on top of that, like with Willow and Bayne already feuding, like I have no doubt in my mind that Bayne's going to be on the side of the Triangle of Madness. This is another way to get Willow involved. I would be interested of how stacked they match. We talked about it last week, but like it could just be like the base stuff, or it could be again like with getting Tony involved, especially like the main eventer. I wouldn't be shocked if Mercedes is on the other side with the Triangle of Madness too. But
that could be interesting to see her pulled into that. Mm-hmm. I mean, Mercedes has felt kind of on her own little island right now. I would like to see her get involved in the women's title feuds.
Oh, for sure. But yeah, I mean, I'm very much liking how they're doing the slow build towards Blood and Guts, and that they gave it like a 2 months thing. Because when she announced it, I'm like, when is this going to be? Aren't they doing it in? Is it North Carolina? I think.
I do not recall. Oh yeah, Greensboro, North Carolina.
All right, boys, let's make the trip.
Yeah,
I was so
that actually might be enough time to plan it out.
Honestly, it is. I was so sad when I pitched DPW, and you're like, I can't do it. It broke my heart because I thought for sure Cooper could. When you said MLB, I was like, oh, that sucks. That'd be cool. Because imagine we all went and we recorded the podcast in person with cameras after Super Bad.
That would be
awesome.
fun, yeah.
But I'm not I'm not driving down alone, brother. That's not happening. No way. Sorry. But hey, we'll probably talk about it when it happens. Do you want to, let's go ahead and, is there anything else we have to say before we start wrapping this up?
Not from my end. Not really.
Yeah.
Coolio.
Yeah, it was a pretty slow week of shows. So.
Yeah.
I agree.
I do want to do a quick little rundown. One, what we're going to talk about next week. And two, I think AEW I think Title Tuesday's shaping up to be a bigger show than 6th anniversary was. Because you got Kyle versus Kyle 2. All right, O'Reilly versus Fletcher. You're going to have a street fight between the Demand and the Hurt Syndicate. Which will be pretty big. It's at Jacksonville's. The open challenge for Mercedes. Which I don't know who would be answering that, honestly. Normally you have like a good, estimation. We have for the first time in a long sorry, go ahead.
Maybe Sari for that open challenge.
She's not from Florida.
Ooh, perhaps.
She's not from Florida, bro.
Oh, that's right. She did say like, "Oh, I want to fight somebody from Florida." I entirely forgot about that.
She was in NXT for like 2 years.
I was just
That's
yeah,
true.
she basically.
John Moxley versus Tomohiro Ishii. And the returning Pac reigniting his feud with Orange Cassidy. That'll be fun.
Okay.
That Revolution rematch.
I'm there for that. Oh, also, Brodito versus Okada and Takeshita in an eliminator match. So if Brodito gets pinned, then they get a title shot. But if Brody or Bandito scores a pin, they automatically get a title shot for Okada's title. So whoever wins, somebody's getting a title shot, which I think is pretty cool. Along with like some face-to-face stuff. And then in the homecoming collision that week, we got Kota Ibushi versus Josh Alexander.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I had not seen that at all.
Yep. And then we have a trios match versus Mega Bane and FTR versus Willow and Jet Speed. Also, Kingston versus the Beast Mortos. And Chris Statlander, Tony Storm, and Cooper's favorite wrestler, Harley Cameron versus Triangle of Madness.
Okay.
So pretty good
Should be
week of AEW action. But yeah, oh, and Jurassic Express is wrestling too, I guess.
All right.
What did you think of the promo on Collision where Danny was like, I don't want to end up like him, and he pointed to Nigel, and Nigel's like, me?
Oh, I loved it. It's such a petty little touch.
Yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Next week, we're going to come with a retro of Halloween Havoc 1989. And do we still want to... Is Super Battle... Is it next weekend or the weekend after?
I don't know, really.
I think it's the weekend after.
Idea.
I think it's the 19th. Well, that show after that, do you want to plan for the Eric Stevens and Roderick Strong retro? And then we'll talk about Super Battle like the next week after that when it airs?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that'd be cool. I could.
I'm going to buy Honor
Listen.
Club so we can... Well, you got 2 weeks to watch them, and I don't think there are that many matches. Like, I don't think
No,
we're not doing the 7-hour Nigel and Brian thing that we did, so...
Yeah.
But that's pretty much it for the podcast this week. By the time this is uploading, the other one will also be uploading. So, but we are officially start
2 for the price of 1.
2 for the price of 1. We're officially our schedule. This podcast should be out every Monday or Tuesday. It's recorded on Sundays, so that's why. Give us a little bit of time. But let's go ahead and hit the outro. Thank you for listening to Strongest Style, a professional wrestling podcast. That has been it for me, Jack, and Cooper. But if you want, you can follow us on social media at Logan Hurston, Jack at Average Darth. Cooper doesn't have social media, but Cooper, any last words?
All these wrestlers turned actors will be lost in time like tears in the rain.
Based. You can follow this podcast on any of your podcast platforms. If you like it, please share it onto your story, send it to a friend, send it to some family. The more pushes we can get really makes our day, and the more cool stuff we can do with the more listeners we get, you know? We will see you guys next week for another couple hours of rousing wrestling content. See you later. Goodbye. Mwah, and good night. Bang!